Commissioner Manfred, thanks for joining us tonight. Just in terms of where baseball stands right now, how likely is it, do you think, that Americans are going to get to see Major League Baseball this year, and what might it look like? And for the players, then, does it rely on access to, to testing, frequent testing or repeated testing? Or
what happens if a player just thinks it's too risky still, Commissioner? That happens obviously in other professions as well. What happens to those players? That the players union has indicated that it won't agree to this because it's a pay cut, and obviously there are players who are talking about the risk not being worth it. You're going to try and convince them obviously that it's safe, but what about just the optics of this overall, Commissioner? I mean, 35 million people have lost their jobs in the country. There's a fight that's going on over money at the MLB. How do you handle the optics of this?
Yeah,
the venues could be used, or how many? Are you talking about a full season? I mean, full team? Every team?
Yeah.
Testing. If all the tests, you talk about different kinds of tests, the antibody tests, the test for actually seeing if a player is positive or not. Would those be, there's the Abbott tests that are being done at the White House, which are, you get results very quickly, but the fail rate on that, the false negative rate, I should say, is very high.
You're trying to avoid a cluster of people becoming positive. That's what you're describing. But what if you do start to see more than one player or a few players, if they're still playing despite having been exposed to someone who has this, doesn't that carry significant risk?
Well, again, nothing is really...
What happens if you don't have a season? I mean, I don't know the economics of it well enough. If there's no baseball played this year or it gets shut down mid-season because of another outbreak, economically, what does that mean? Obviously, the ripple effects for a lot of people, there's a lot of people who, beyond just the players, who are involved and need this work.
Yeah.
Crisis, something like this can bring people together. You think back to President George, W. Bush after 9/11 when he threw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium, Game 3 of the World Series, how much that meant to people. Do you feel like, people need baseball right now? That this will help kind of unite or at least kind of give people something to focus on?
Well, certainly.
The sort of plan that you've established, Commissioner, because I think a lot of institutions are trying to come up with their plans right now. Schools are, universities, but also other sports. There's no sports right now: baseball, basketball, hockey, football. Are you talking to your counterparts at these other leagues as well to see how they're handling things and sharing ideas?
Yeah, we are.
Personally, what are you doing with no sports? I mean, you're the commissioner of Major League Baseball, but you're also a fan. I'm sure you're working harder maybe than ever before, given all that's going on. But what do you watch?
Yeah.
Commissioner, we really appreciate your time, and we wish you the best. Good luck.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.